Hello and welcome back to the Xpert 11 Road to Glory series, where in the last episode we beat Colonel Getafe to keep our unbeaten streak going while pushing for DV. So we won 13 out of 13 games so far, and in this episode, the last episode of this season, we'll be playing Roma Eterna away at the Silverberg Stadium. This will be a very difficult match because Roma Eterna are in contention for the playoffs, although it's a bit of a long shot they need to get in. They would have to get a huge goal swing on Old Lovecraftians, who are sitting in second place, and Old Lovecraftians are away to a relegation battling club in Colonel Getafe. Roma Eterna made a few changes to their squad, with 3 strikers coming in, although 2 of them were sold on. They've also sacked Leonardo Mussolini. The notable inclusion here is Donatello Tozzi, a 17-4 striker who was promoted mid-season and has become part of the fabric of the team. Cosmio Manragon is... Thankfully, the players on 2 yellow cards didn't get a 3rd yellow card for this game, meaning that they will be free to play the rest of the season without fear of suspension. This means Pierre Pestic especially, who needs a full game to ensure that he will be able to finish on 17 DV and get good gains towards the end of the season. So, without further ado, let's see the team news. Roma Eterna line up in a 4-3-3 formation with a few reserve players on the side. They've got Lev Kumatov in goal, a back 4 of Rafael Paroli, Rafael Costinho, Gert Ake Nicholson and Naui Mignorini. A midfield 3 of Cristiano Campagna, Renzo Dianigi and Alberto Corrado, and a front 3 of Donatello Tozzi, Elton Corrin and Flavio Freires. Knights meanwhile are in a 4-5-1 formation with a few reserve players ourselves, as we needed to give the reserves some game time. We've got Ant Connolly in goal, a back 4 of Devin Riley, Ibrahim Camara, Ledley King and Pedro Miramontes. A midfield 5 of Reitatau Etta, Pierre F. Hesslink, Sergei Kiewiatkowski, Sebastião Quimado and Alvito Roma, and a front row man of Celso Mota. A reminder that if we beat Roma Eterna, we will have gone the entire season undefeated and we will have won every single game this season. So some achievement we could do by winning this game. So let's go live to the Silverberg Stadium for the final match of season 34. Captains for this match are Elton Corrin for Roma Eterna, and for Knights of Cydonia, Pedro Miramontes is our captain for today. The referee is Sten Cole, skill 5, harshness 9. Roma Eterna are in the red, predominantly red barred strip, but it's mainly white, while Knights are in the yellow black strip change strip due to the colour clash. In the other match in the division, all the Prussians are at home to Colonel Getafe, not away as I said earlier. Red FC are placing Oslo FC, and AC Parto Toboka are against Belfast City. The Parto Toboka Belfast City could be a huge match in deciding who gets relegated from this division. And we're underway. This is for the perfect run, and Knights have a chance in the 3rd minute of the game, taking on goal by Pierre Hesslink, and it's just centimetres wide. Roma Eterna are one of the oldest teams in the Ultimate League, as there's been a goal as all the Providence taking the lead against Colonel Getafe. And in the 10th minute we have a free kick shooting goal by Pedro Miramontes. He scores! Pedro Miramontes has put Knights of Cydonia 1-0 up against Roma Eterna. And all the Prussians' goal against Colonel Getafe means they're in prime position to play that playoff spot. We've got a breakaway here. Ibrahim Camara tries to place wild play shots. And he scores! Ibrahim Camara of all people! I believe this is only his 2nd ever goal for Knights of Cydonia as he tucks in Alvito Roma's breakaway to make it 2-0 to Knights. Great start so far. We've got another chance here. Precise on goal by Sergei Kiewiatkowski and missed the goal by a hair's breadth. This kind of performance we've seen all season from Knights so far, and so it's almost become routine, but we've got a card here. Sebastião Quimado has been yellow carded for arguing. Now the cards don't matter here unless someone gets sent off, so we've got an injury here though. And Pierre F. Hesslink, the guy who really needs the DV for the last game of the season in a full match, has got off with an injury. That's a huge blow for our chance of the future, because he's our free kick taker in the future. And the better he is, the better he can be in the future. Meanwhile, free kick showing by Pedro Miramontes is easily handled by Kumatov. Well, I suppose that's why we need a better free kick taker in the future then. But we've got a chance here by Elton Corrin, who's shot from the distance. And he scores! Elton Corrin, for the 4th time in 4 games, has scored against Knights of Cydonia from a spectacular long-range shot. He loves playing against Knights of Cydonia. We played Roma Eterna 4 times and he has scored in every game against us. Some record, that is. So at half time it is Old Lovecraftians 2, Colonel Getafe 0, and the main match here is Knights of Cydonia 2, Roma Eterna 1. If we stay in the lead, we will manage to do the entire season unbeaten. As you can see there on the table, we are currently sitting on 42 points. and we've had more possession and more chances, though Roma Eterna scored from their only chance. And the second half is underway. There are chance here for Cydonia, with a powerful cover shot by Alvito Roma, that's nowhere near the goal. Roma Eterna are former Cup semi-finalists. They managed to get to the semi-final way back in season 12 of the Autumn League, as Ledley King has been yellow carded for simulation. 61 minutes played, and in the other games, all the captains are still leading against Cydonia F.C. and ensure that spot, but Sebastião Quimano, he scores! Sebastião Quimano has scored from a cross, from Alvito Roma's cross, making it 3-1 to Cydonia and give us a bit more breathing space going in. And Belfast City have taken the lead against AC Parto de Boca. That could be a huge goal. Parto de Boca look like they're going down. Rafael Costini has been yellow carded. 65 minutes played. And we've got a goal for Red FC who've taken the lead against Oslo FC. And that's pretty much going to seal Parto de Boca's fate, as Pedro Miramontes has been yellow carded. That will be his third yellow card, which means he would be suspended. But this is the last game of the season, so luckily for us, he isn't suspended at all. As come towards the end of this game, and we've done it! Knights of Cydonia have managed to go an entire season unbeaten, and not only that, we've managed to win every single game and take the maximum of 42 points. What a season this has been! Knights are back in Division 5 and we've done it in style. I'm hoping this will be the last ever Division 6 match we ever have to face. Elton Corrin and Ledley King were the men of the match for both sides, as Pedro Miramontes and Pim van der Kruis off the bench lift the Division 6 trophy. What a season that was. We set out our stall to get back into Division 5 and we've done it in some style. Knights of Cydonia managed to win every single league game throughout the entire season. A great achievement for sure. I think it's fair to say that we won't get a higher points total than we did in this season. The season has been a phenomenal success, but it came at a high price with Pierre Hesting's injury, which effectively ruled him out from playing the full game, and 32 minutes won't be enough to get him to 17 DV, and therefore he won't be double jumping and will be stuck on as a 21-8. And from here on in, it will be much harder for Hesting to gain his DV. And so the final team of the week in Division 647 is Adrian Fowl of Belfast City, so not Elvis Grusel. That's quite interesting. That means that, look at the back four, because Pedro Miramontes, Knights of Cydonia, Dixon Coffey, AC Parto de Boca, Ledley King, Knights of Cydonia, and Bruce Ablett, Old of Craftians all made it in. Ledley King is actually now tied with Elvis Grusel for the MVP award, but Grusel wins it on account of captaincy, which sucks really. Midfield of Kingsley Oaks, Old of Craftians, Ben Buckley, Old of Craftians, Sergei Kvyatkovsky, Knights of Cydonia, and Hal Tobin, AC Parto de Boca. And front two, Elton Corrin, Roma Eterna, and Ferdinand Holt, Old of Craftians. Manager round is us again, which means we've taken the Manager of the Season award for the division. That's 7 managers of the rounds this season, which is going to be giving good amounts of prize money for the end of the season. Now let's see the final DV totals for the season. So at the end of the season, DV report sees Ant Connolly, our goalkeeper, finish on 18 DV after breaking through to become our first choice goalkeeper. The DV isn't quite as good as it has been in the past though. Pedro Miramontes has barely scraped 10 DV. Ledley King finished on 11, which is pretty decent. Aquila Santa Maria and Pim van der Kruis had their lowest DV for some time, both finished on 16. But at their age, it isn't particularly necessary to necessarily get 17 DV or higher, but it always helps. Ibrahim Kamara finished on 17 DV. Unfortunately, Devon Riley's injury cost him a good DV chance, and he finished the season on 16 with 15 average form. So the midfield's DV in the older section is terrible, to say the least. Glenn Carlson finished on 2 DV, although he's retiring. Sergei Kvyatkovsky finished on 6, and Sebastião Quimano finished on 7, so both are expected to drop a bar. Alvito Roma and Raymond Hargreaves, however, both finished on 18 DV, which is a fantastic return for the season. Pierre Hesting stopped short, unfortunately, on 16 DV, but Great Atara has got a 17 DV, and I think that may be enough to get him a double jump. Celso Moto had another disappointing return on 15 DV, but he should go up to a 23-11 anyway, while Curtis Horton managed to only 4 DV throughout the entire season. Poor him. So these are the final standings. As the Cydonia win the division on a massive 42 points out of 42. All the Craftians finished second and will play in the playoffs with 31 points. And consequently, I can tell you that all the Craftians have won that playoff place. And have won the playoff and will be playing in Division 5 next season. Roma Eterna finished well off the playoffs in the end on 25 points, 6 points off all the Croatians. Belfast City managed to stay up after a 1-1 draw against AC Parto de Boca. They were level on points with Red FC but finished 4th on account of goal difference. And Parto de Boca, in their first season under Footy Lovers in charge, are going down to Division 7. Also returning to Division 7 are Colonel Getafe and Oslo FC. Oslo finished the season on 0 points, the complete opposite type of season to the one we have had. Right, so that is the end of the season. So now it's time to see what rewards we got, who's retired at the end of this change report, and who will retire at the end of the next season. And then it's the all-important change report. Here we go, guys. So the club managed to win $1 million econ for winning the leagues, which is the first time we've won a league with this team. So that's now available in the club's account. Pedro Miramontes won the most assists in the league and therefore got some money from that, so he's got that. Alvito Roma was the highest points scorer in the division and received some money from that. Unfortunately, while Roma was also top joint goal scorer, he missed out to Ferdinand Holteveld of Croatians. We got manager of the round with those, so we've got 350,000 econ on the account. Glenn Carlton's decided to retire the game. The player simply lost interest and wants to concentrate on other things. Meanwhile, we've got a cruel blow here as Pedro Miramontes, Sebastião Quimado and Gio de Hall have all decided that next season will be their last season with Cydonia FC. They look forward to playing the last season for Cydonia FC, but after that season retirement awaits. That's really bad because we're going to be losing our free kick taker after only 2 seasons and that price tag in him. Seems like a bit of a waste of money now, doesn't it? Anyway, before we end this video, let's take a look at that all-important change report. Change reports are starting to decrease in value overall for the team, so I decided to put music to what we've had so far. Let's go through what we've seen so far. Gia de Hoor has dropped from a 37.11 to a 38.9. Ant Connolly has risen from a 28 to a 29. Pedro Miramontes, partly because he's retired, he has dropped from a 34.13 sorry, to a 35.12. Deadly King stays on 13 skill. Pim van der Kreis has moved up to an astonishing 23.12, which is one of the better skill paths in the game. Aquila Santa Maria has become a 23.11, so all the defences coming on nicely. Ibrahim Camara went up to a 27, and Devon Riley, unsurprisingly because he finished on 16 DV, only single jumped to an 18.5. Sergei Kwiatkowski has unfortunately dropped a bar as age is starting to take his decay on him. He was a very good player once, but he's really getting old now, and I think we may have to see about phasing him out as he gets close to 100 games for the club. Sebastião Quimado has dropped a bar to 10, and while Raymond Hargreaves and Alvito Roma are now better than him as they have improved to 11 bars. Pierre Hesnik could only go up a bar in the end, which is unfortunate really, because if he double jumped here he would have made a nice alternative in midfield and give us some extra strength there. Raitatau Etta meanwhile, he has double jumped. He has double jumped to a 28 midfielder. Now that is looking very, very promising. Celta Motor meanwhile, our striker, he was a 22.10 last season. I think he reached his DV target to become a 23.11 this season. Let's see if he managed to do that. Yes, he did. Celta Motor is now a 23.11, and Curtis Horton, we're going to go straight there. He was an 18.2 because He was to be the backup striker. Anyway, that's it for this season. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you in the next season.